Welcome back, folks, to Investor Diaries. Hope you've been enjoying our latest content. And if you've not already done so, please smash the subscribe button right now to make sure that you get notified of all the latest and greatest content that we upload in this channel.
On Feb 10th, AMD announced that it had received all the necessary approval from authorities to proceed with the acquisition of Xilinx. We had done a video on this transaction in October 2021, and we wanted to share an update of this transaction to all our viewers. What transpired with the AMD acquisition of Xilinx? Why were there delays? What was the final valuation? Let's find out in today's video.
All right, so all the conditions to this particular transaction has now been satisfied. And the company, that's AMD, has closed the transaction as of 14th of Feb 2022. AMD had announced its intention to acquire Xilinx in an all-stock transaction in October 27, 2020.
The transaction brings together two industry leaders with complementary product portfolios and customers, combining CPUs, GPUs, FPGAs, adaptive SoCs, and deep software expertise to enable leadership computing platforms for cloud, edge, and intelligent end devices.
All right, so on the 10th of October 2021, we had published a video on the arbitrage that exists in the AMD Xilinx acquisition and how you as a viewer could stand to benefit from this arbitrage. We'll put a link to that video in the description below where you can check out the arbitrage in greater detail. In a nutshell, the market was speculating uncertainty in receiving the necessary approvals for the Xilinx deal, and hence Xilinx was trading at a discount. And this presented the investors with a tremendous opportunity to make some money as part of this M&A.
That's right. We had performed our analysis and suggested that you stood to gain at least 15% in the next few months by investing in Xilinx. Here is a snapshot of the math that we had shared back then. Now, let's look at how this math fared. So suppose you had invested 1,500 USD in Xilinx in October of 2021, which represents approximately 10 shares. On Feb 14, 2022, upon closure, you'd have received 10 multiplied by 1.723, which is approximately 17.23 shares of AMD. That 17.23 shares of AMD would have fetched approximately $1,969 US based on the share price of AMD on the date of closure, which was Feb 14. This $1,969 represented a 31.29% of gain in a matter of a mere 4 months.
On a side note, the stock price of AMD today, as we record the video, is at $121.06. And this represents a 39% gain with the above transaction. Now, a question that a lot of you might be having is, hey, my brokerage does not support fractional shares or fractional trading. So what do I do about it? In this case, it's pretty straightforward. Do not worry. The equivalent amount of the fractional shares will be deposited as cash in your trading account.
Now, we received some questions and comments as to why did both AMD and Xilinx stock tank approximately 14 and 10% respectively on February 10th, the date the closure of the deal was announced. Now, the reason is what we had attributed to as deal drag in our earlier video.
So while it's pretty common to see the dip in the acquirer, which is AMD in this case, it is not common to see the dip in case of an acquired company, that is Xilinx. In this particular scenario, both AMD and Xilinx have seen a dip in their valuations. The reason is that originally when the acquisition was announced, it was an all-stock transaction and the deal was valued at 35 billion US dollars.
But as the deal dragged on due to regulatory approval, AMD's share price has appreciated, and as a result, at the time of closure, the deal was now valued well above $50 billion. This significant bump up in valuation caused some of the investors on both AMD and Xilinx to panic and sell.
So let's try to put all of this into perspective. We, at that point of time, had invested in Xilinx and are glad to see that the deal has finally closed. We are also excited because in October 2021, we said that there is upside for the investors if they took part in the deal. Now, anyone who's invested in Xilinx at that time has made a significant gain in that.
That's right, Appy. We had conviction in our analysis, and we are glad and excited at the way this has evolved. And now, folks, we want to let you know that we are not selling, but rather holding on to AMD shares as we think it is going to offer a significant upside in future. Xilinx is currently a leading provider of solutions in 5G and boasts a strong pipeline of communications accounts. This accordingly complements AMD's growing prominence within the network infrastructure sector, underscored by its recent win from Nokia to power the latter's 5G network service with EPYC processors.
Xilinx will effectively forge a clear path for AMD into the global 5G enterprise market, which is expected to expand rapidly at a compounded annual growth rate of 28.5% over the next 5 years. And this is going to lead towards a market value of $10 billion. And all of this means that there are significant growth opportunities ahead for AMD.
And on the data center front, Xilinx also leads fast growing businesses in programmable solutions for data centers, which will complement AMD's current leadership in CPU and GPU processors for data center application, as discussed earlier.
With continued innovation being the core of the success of both of these companies, this merger is expected to drive cost synergies for up to $300 million by combining their processes and talent within 18 months of the closure of the deal. And the cost savings can then be redeployed towards further innovations or operational efficiencies to enable greater share gains in the long run.
That's a wrap for today, folks. We wanted to present this video on A, provide an update on the deal transaction between AMD and Xilinx, and B, to let the investors know that we could have made a significant upside by selling AMD right now, but we are not. We are holding on because we see a lot more growth in the years to come.
That's it, folks. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Let us know what you think about this particular transaction in the comment section below. And until next time, stay strong and stay focused.
Thanks, everyone.